Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Ki Jai श्री श्री निताई गौरंग की जाए श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाए. So today we're going to have a new topic, actually a lecture delivered by Prabhupada. The topic name is Everyone Can See God. It's a very interesting topic. This is a lecture Prabhupada has delivered from Srimad Bhagavatam. So all these teachings and wonderful inspirations are from Srila Prabhupada, who has established the worldwide Hare Krishna movement to give us these teachings in a very, very simplistic manner, in a way that we can everyday practice in our life. Right? So we will offer our gratitude to Prabhupada and for all the wonderful knowledge which he has given, treasure of knowledge which he has given. So today's topic, that everyone can see God. Basically, Prabhupada is going to tell us what is the qualification that you require to see God. It's just a prelude for the whole topic. The Vedic literature is unique among all the world's scriptures because it details a practical process by which anyone can purify his or her consciousness and see God face to face. The Vedas are prescribing ways and means how to move forward in our journey of spiritual life. That way, purify our consciousness. That way, able to see God. It's a lecture delivered by Prabhupada in Los Angeles on August 15th, 1972. And Prabhupada says in this talk, what is the qualification? One must be very eager to see God. One must be very serious and think, yes, I have been informed about God. If there is a God, I must see him. This is the level of eagerness one must have to see God. So Prabhupada begins, generally the lecture begins with one of the verses. So Prabhupada has chosen one verse from the first canto of Bhagavatam. It says, Tashaddadhana munayo gyan vairagya yuktaya pashyanti atmani chatmanam bhaktya shuta grihitaya. The seriously inquisitive student or sage, well equipped with knowledge and detachment, realizes the absolute truth by rendering devotional service in terms of what he has heard from the Vedic literature, Vedanta Shruti. So this is a statement by the sages with regard to how to acquire the qualification and what is that qualification that you can actually see God, right? This is this will understand this verse or rather this nicely when we actually get into the details of the talk what Prabhupada gives. So let us not too much worry about this particular explanation of this. Basically, the seriousness and the inquiry and ourselves equipped with the proper understanding and the level and the proper level of detachment from the material world. So many points are being discussed in this particular verse. But Prabhupada in a very simplistic manner explains the things. Okay. So now the first point Prabhupada says is that to see God requires qualification. Sometimes people ask, have you seen God or can you show me God? And this is the common questions which always we keep getting. We face these questions. People keep asking these questions. Can you show me God? Have you seen God? Right. So Prabhupada very nicely says, answer is yes, I am seeing God. You can also see God. Everyone can see God. But you must have the qualification. Because people, yes, they have faith in God. They believe in God. But how to see God is something which they are not trained to. For that, Prabhupada says, you must have qualification. So Prabhupada says, yes, I am seeing God. You can also see God. Everyone can see God. There's a qualification required. Very nice example Prabhupada gives. Suppose something is wrong with a motor car. It is not running. Everyone is seeing it. But a mechanic sees it differently. Right? The mechanic, when he comes, he doesn't see the way we are seeing the vehicle. He will see it differently. Right? So he is qualified to see it with greater understanding. So he replaces some missing part and immediately the car runs. Just see, this is what happens. So the way the qualified person who's actually day in and day out dealing with the repair of the car, he knows where to see what is wrong, right? Likewise, it's a very wonderful example. Prabhupada says, but although for seeing a machine, we require so much qualification. A person is trained to go through some specific diploma or some other course to for any technical aspect like this. But we want to see without any qualification. Just see. So Prabhupada is commenting on this point. Just see the folly. People are such rascals, they are such fools that they want to see God with their imagined qualifications. Even a very simple thing as a vehicle or a motor car, when it has to be repaired, you take it to a mechanic or you go to a place where that, garage where it is repaired. And there are qualified people who do that. And to see God, you cannot have some imagined qualification. That, oh, I can see God. That is what Prabhupada is pointing out. Very wonderful example. So Prabhupada, the next point he makes is, one must actually be very much eager to see God. This is the qualification. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritah. I am not exposed to everyone. My energy, yogamaya, is covering me from their vision. This is Krishna's statement in Bhagavad Gita. He says, he is not visible to everyone, or is not easily seen by everyone. There's a curtain of yogamaya, energy called yogamaya, covering our vision. So how can we see God? So this rascaldom is going on. This, can you show me God? Have you seen God? God has become just like a plaything. So that cheaters advertise some ordinary man by saying, here is God, here is incarnation of God. In the present day context, there are so many people who are, in the name of this God business, they want to advertise themselves as God or some other. So anybody has God, because people don't know who is God. So everybody is trying to claim that, oh, here is God, is incarnation of God. So because when you don't know the truth about a specific thing, you will be misled. Prabhupada often gives the example of, first of all, you should know what is a diamond. At least some common sense you should have. If you go and ask a kirana shop that, oh, give me some 5 kilos of diamond, then it is like, you don't even what is diamond? So God is not so cheap that anybody and everybody can become God and anybody can manufacture some ordinary man as God. No, that is not the thing. So Prabhupada is pointing out the modern day fallacy, or the type of misunderstanding people have. God has become a plaything. So there are so many cheaters advertising ordinary man as God or incarnation of God. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Namam dushkutino mudha prapadyante naradhamaha. Sinful rascals, fools, the lowest of mankind, they inquire like that. Can you show me God? What qualification have you acquired by which you can see God? Right. So like this, Krishna himself has told these people who are, having no qualification, no proper understanding. They're lowest of mankind. They don't even know what is the purpose of life. They are simply advertising like this, wrong things. The qualification is mentioned in that verse what we read in the beginning, Bhagavatam verse. The first line says, Tashaddhana munaya. Shraddha. Shraddha means you should have faith. So first thing is you should have faith that there is God. Often we hear many such statements as God is dead, or there is no God, I am God. These are all absurd statements, right? So here, very clearly, the verse which Prabhupada is explaining in the Bhagavatam lecture, he's telling the first point of beginning is have faith that there is God, right? This is the first thing. One must be faithful. Then one must actually be very much eager to see God. If there is God, then I must see Him. It's like when you hear, oh, there is a very beautiful place in one part of the world, and I'm telling you the description of that, and I'm showing you pictures of it. So like this, various scriptures give us description of who is God and how does He look like. Very nice, vivid descriptions are there about God. And all the proper direction is given. Proper path is given how to reach God. Right? So we should be eager to see God. Just like when you hear something very fascinating, very exciting, you want to experience it, you want to see, you want to, go there. So Prabhupada further says, not that one takes it as a frivolous thing. Frivolous meaning lack of seriousness or sense. Just like a plaything, as Prabhupada said, can you show me God or some magic? No, not like that. So understanding God is a serious business. It's a very, very methodical way of approaching God. It's not that something like people make a joke of it. It's just a lighter way you just approach it. No, just like when you are having some health problem, you don't be very frivolous about it, right? You are quite serious and you would like to go to a doctor, hospital, and take all the treatment, everything required. Why? Because you want to come out of that illness. Similarly, with regard to understanding about God, seeing God is not as something that you can just take it so lightly or frivolously, right? It is a very serious business. That's what Prabhupada wants us to tell us. So further, Prabhupada says very nicely, they think God is magic. No, one must be very serious and think. It is the meaning of Shraddha. Shraddha means the faith. Faith means you are serious. And you think, yes, I have been informed about God. So if there is a God, I must see Him. See, faith, the word faith has this particular meaning that once, first of all, you are serious. Seriousness means you are eager to know the truth. Yes, I have heard about God, and if there is God, I must see Him. Is your, faith. They say it is there. I must have. It's like when when you are having some serious health problem, you are told by one of your friend that, oh, this doctor, I had similar problem. He cured my disease. This is the way it gives treatment. Then you develop that seriousness. Okay, that is the person. I should go. You're eager to go and meet and see that your problem is solved. This is with any other field of, your business. You do all these things, right? So similarly, with regard to God, our eagerness, our seriousness That once you have heard that there is God, you can see God. Then how can I see Him? Should be the type of seriousness and eagerness you should have. So Prabhupada is going to narrate a very nice story in this regard, very instructive story of a thief. There is a story in this connection. It is very instructive. Try to hear. So one professional reciter was publicly reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, and he was describing that Krishna is very highly decorated with all kinds of jewels when he goes to tend the cows in the forest. It's a very common thing in North India, especially. There are many Bhagavat Kathakars who have 7-day Bhagavat Katha, and they start describing about different leelas of Krishna, different various other incarnations of Krishna. So one such gathering of Bhagavat Katha, one Bhagavat Kathakar was describing about Krishna who has gone to forest with his friends, and he was very much decorated with a lot of ornaments. His mother Yashoda had nicely decorated him. Right? This is a description that one thief was hearing. Okay. Then what happened? So there was a thief in that meeting, and he thought, why not go to Vrindavan and plunder this boy? See, the business of stealing is going on in his mind. Okay, so much ornaments, small boy. He is in the forest and with so many valuable jewels. I can go there and catch the child and take all the jewels. That was his intention. This story is a very instructive one. Let us hear carefully. The thief who was in the Bhagavad Katha, he was hearing about Krishna's description about how Krishna is so wonderful child and he's nicely decorated with valuable jewels. So this thief was sitting in the Bhagavad Katha. His intention is what? Oh, it's so. A child is there in the forest. Good. I can go there and catch the child and take away all the jewels. So he was serious. I must find that boy. He thought, then in the one night I shall become a millionaire. See how the thief is thinking. The thief was thinking that, oh, why you have to simply go and steal every house here and there, hardly getting anything? Let me go and steal that boy. He's having so many valuable jewels, the way the Bhagavad Kathakar is describing. So this qualification was his feeling, I must see Krishna, I must see Krishna. Somehow he's thinking, how can I see Krishna? This is the eagerness. But his intention is, of course, to steal the jewels. Right? That intensity of his seriousness and eagerness, that anxiety, that eagerness made it possible for him to actually see Krishna in Vrindavan. That anxiety, that eagerness made it possible for him to actually see Krishna in Vrindavan. He saw Krishna in just the same way as the Bhagavatam reader had described. Right? With all the costly ornaments he was wearing, an exact description. Oh, he was actually very happy to see Krishna in that way. Then thief said, he's coming to his real business. Oh, you're such a nice boy, Krishna. He began to flatter Krishna. He thought that by flattering Krishna, he would easily take all the jewels. It's like, sometimes children are holding something very valuable. Maybe they're holding your vehicle key or something, some document. You have to little flatter the child so that he can give that thing what he's holding and you give you something else, some toy you're given to him. So this thief also is using this same trick. Maybe if I flatter this boy Krishna, he may give away all his ornaments. Right? Thief said, oh, such a nice boy Krishna. Then he started flattering him. Then he proposed his real business. May I take some of these ornaments? You are so rich. Right? So Krishna said, no, 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 no. My mother will be angry. I cannot give them away. Right? Krishna was again doing his own leela. Just playing as a child and telling, no, mother will be angry. Don't take away. So meanwhile, this interaction between Krishna and this thief's eagerness, seriousness to see Krishna, he was actually getting getting contact with Krishna. He was becoming purified. Right? This is an important, say, quality of Krishna's connection or association. we just come in contact with Krishna, our purification starts. Purification means the intentions of doing something bad or something which is not ethical, which is not lawful, all those wrong intentions will go away. That is called purification. It's like dirty things in the heart will be cleaned. Somehow you come in touch with Krishna, your heart will become cleansed. That's why it's recommended in this present age. If you can touch Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, associate with Krishna, then your heart is cleaned. If you come to temple regularly, take darshan of Krishna, you're getting cleaned. You take Krishna prasada, you get cleaned from a heart, because your heart is having so much of dirt, contamination in the form of lust, anger, greed, so many abnormal qualities which you also don't like. So coming in contact with Krishna means purification begins. So this thief also, because of his association with Krishna, because he was eagerly wanting to see Krishna, he's planning to see Krishna, his seriousness to see Krishna, all that has purified him to greater extent, right? Then at last, Krishna, seeing, Krishna as Paramatma, he knows. Then Krishna said, okay, all right, you take them. He told the thief. So by that time, the thief's heart has got transformed. The thief had become a devotee immediately, because by Krishna's association, he had become completely purified. A very instructive story. Somehow or other, you come in contact with Krishna, then you will be purified. So whatever you are, whatever situation you are in, whatever you may think you are abominable or you are so degraded, doesn't matter. Somehow come in touch with Krishna, you'll be purified. Just like Prabhupada's example of he going to the Western countries, especially America, New York City, and New York City, the two a place where is considered to be most degraded, Bowery Street, where there were so many drug addicts, there were so many thieves, robbers. Prabhupada was staying there, and he was trying to tell people about the teachings of Krishna, Bhagavad Gita. Just by hearing that from a pure devotee like Prabhupada, all those drug addicts, then the thieves, everybody, they got transformed. That's what you can see practically in Prabhupada's Leela also, how this has happened. Somehow or other, you come in contact with Krishna or Krishna's devotees, you will be purified. Purification means your heart will become pure, clean from all the the qualities, bad qualities, which otherwise are not good for us: lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion, madness. So Prabhupada gives example of how in the Bhagavad there's an example of gopis. Gopis' great eagerness to see Krishna. The gopis are another example of great eagerness to see Krishna. We just now heard the story of the thief. Now there's one more great example of gopis. Gopis were not thieves. They were all having their household life, husband, children, family. Right? So how they are examples here, let us see. The gopis came to Krishna being captivated by his beautiful features. With regard to thief, he was captivated by the wealth. With gopis, they're all young girls, married of course, but they are attracted to Krishna's beauty. Krishna's beauty is so wonderful. They were young girls and Krishna was so beautiful. Actually, they were lusty when they came to Krishna. But Krishna is so pure that they became first-class devotees. So this is the whole point which Prabhupada is trying to tell us. Whatever abominable quality you may have within your heart, outsiders may not know, but you know, oh, there's a problem with me, weakness in me. I am lusty. I have the habit of stealing. I have the habit of becoming angry or greedy. I'm mad after something. I go, crazy. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. When you come in contact with Krishna, those bad qualities will be cleaned off. Like in the house, every day we have Morning, we clean the house. So Krishna touch means, Krishna association means our heart is cleaned fully. That's the point. So these gopis, even though they came to Krishna with lust, but because of association with Krishna, they became first class devotees. There is no comparison to the gopis' devotion because they loved Krishna with heart and soul. That is the qualification. This is required. Shraddha means that seriousness and eagerness to see Krishna, and your heart should be hankering for Krishna's association. The gopis' qualification is what? They loved Krishna with heart and soul. It's like when you are very, passionate about some particular activity, you put your heart and soul in that. Means you fully involve in that. So much you indulge in it that you don't want anything else. Right? Sometimes, you become so involved, absorbed in some particular work you are doing that you don't even bother about your hunger, your sleep. You're so absorbed. Right? Like that. So, Gopi's way of devotion to Krishna was so intense, so great. It's always glorified that their level of devotion is the topmost. Right? Their heart and soul, with heart and soul, they loved Krishna. They loved Krishna so much that they didn't care for the family or reputation when they went out in the dead of night. So actually, from the social point of view, a woman going out of home in the dead of night is not acceptable. But their love for Krishna was so much that they didn't even bother for the family's concerns or the family's reputation. They just wanted to go and have association with Krishna. Krishna's flute was sounding and they were all fleeing their homes. Is a description in the Bhagavad. Again, understanding all these various leelas of Krishna should be seen from a proper perspective, not from the mundane point of view. Their fathers, their brothers, their husbands all said, "Where are you going? Where are you going in this dead of night?" Right? All their family members were trying to stop them. But the gopis didn't care. They neglected their children, their family, everything. Their only thought was, we must go to Krishna. You see, this eagerness is required. This seriousness is required. Right? Their whole goal was, their whole ambition was somehow we want to go and see Krishna, want to go and associate with Krishna. So, Prabhupada now explains, what does seeing Krishna mean actually? So what does it mean? There are two examples Prabhupada gives here. This eagerness is required, Prabhupada says. We must be very, very eager to see Krishna. Like we began our discussion telling, how people ask, can you show me God? Have you seen God? Yes. Prabhupada says, yes, I have seen God. You can also see God. Everyone can see God. But you require qualification. So we are discussing about the qualification. The first qualification required, as per the discussion from this Bhagavatam verses, you should be faithful, Shraddha. What does faith mean? Faith means seriousness. Faith means eager to know the truth, eager to know that objective, eager to achieve the objective, right? And you're very you put your heart and soul. You are fully absorbed in trying to achieve the goal. That is called eagerness. So Prabhupada is explaining here that there must be eagerness. It's like gopis. They were so eager to see Krishna. Many gopis who were forcibly stopped from going to Krishna lost their lives because of their great feelings of separation. You see. In fact, some gopis were all stopped in their houses. Parents didn't allow. The family members didn't allow. So they lost their lives. It's all described in the Bhagavatam very nicely. So this eagerness is wanted. This eagerness, that at any cost, I want to see God. Then you can see God. You see? That intensity. We see this intensity, eagerness in our pursuit of different goals in our life, right? Somebody is very passionate. I want to do this. I want to do this. Mostly it is all limited to our body, mind, senses, right? It's called sense gratification. Mad after sense gratification. It's like we hear every day different types of news in the media and newspaper. Okay, the madness was so much, eagerness was so much to enjoy lust that a father is raping his daughter, or a very elderly person is raping a very, very small girl. 75 years old man has raped a 10-year-old girl. These are all news we see. So like this, we see when there is intense eagerness and seriousness to achieve your goal. Right now, our goal is how to gratify my senses. Somehow I want to gratify. It's like people want to taste something and they travel even for long distance to taste that. Or I want to go and see this particular place. They have taken all the hardship to go there. Like this, we are all driven with some ambitions, desires, which is we want to experience that, enjoy that for our senses. But with regard to devotion to Krishna, Krishna is the object of our goal. Krishna is the aim. Whatever it is, I want to see Krishna, I want to see God. That eagerness is wanted. Whether you're lusty or a thief or a murderer or whatever it may be, somehow or other you must develop this eagerness, this desire. I must see Krishna. Then Krishna will be seen. This is called Shraddha or faith. Faith has the components of seriousness, eagerness, intense, hankering. Yeah, I want this, I want this. Right? I must see Krishna, then Krishna will be seen. Krishna reciprocates. The first thing Krishna is looking for is how much eager you are to see him. Then Krishna will respond. So this brings us to a very important principle, that devotion to Krishna or your eagerness to Krishna is not that only you are feeling eager. It is reciprocal. You feel eagerness, Krishna also reciprocates. God also reciprocates. Based on your intensity of eagerness, Krishna reciprocates. He is waiting because right now our heart is filled with so much of dirt, right? So much of uh, so many other qualities, kama, krodha, lust, anger, greed. All that has to be purified. There should be no trace of any other thing, as it is mentioned by one of the acharyas. Anya abhilashita shunyam. No other desire other than serving Krishna or wanting to have Krishna. If any other desire is there, it is like a stone in a nice kheer. A nice kheer is made, but there are few stones in that. Even though nicely made, but it is stone, so it is not going to have the taste for you. Every time you're eating, you're getting one stone. So Krishna's devotion means it is pure, unalloyed. Unalloyed means there is no other tinge or trace of any other aspect other than service to Krishna. There is no personal motivation, personal intention with regard to, I want to enjoy like this. No. There is no agenda, personal agenda. That's the point. So Prabhupada is telling, the first thing Krishna is looking for is how much eager you are to see him. Means how much you are purified within, and Krishna will reciprocate. This is the declaration Krishna has given in the Bhagavad Gita. As you surrender, I reciprocate. If your devotion to Krishna is pure, the reciprocation from Krishna also will be pure. If you're actually eager to see Krishna, whether you are lusty or you want to steal his ornaments or some way or other, you have become attracted to Krishna, then it is sure your efforts will be successful. Right? Somehow you become attracted to Krishna, that's all. Your intentions may be very, very, say, material, or it may be, like as Prabhupada is saying, lusty, or stealing mentality, or greedy, angry, doesn't matter. But you become attracted to Krishna somehow, slowly your heart will be purified and Krishna will bestow devotion to us. But you must desire only Krishna. Right? So in this connection, Rupa Goswami has written a nice verse. Smeram bhangit traya parichitam sachi vistirna dishtim vamshi nestadhara kishalyam ujjvala chandrakena govindakhyam haritanum itah keshi tirthopakanthe ma preshitas tava yadi sakhe bandhu sange asti rangaha. Idea is that one gopi is advising another gopi. My dear friend, there is one boy. His name is Govinda. He's standing on the bank of the Yamuna near the Keshi Ghata and he's playing on his flute. He's so beautiful, especially during this full moon night. If you have any intentions to enjoy in this material world with your children, husband, or other family members, then please do not go there. Very nicely, it is worded by the acharyas. Basically, it is indirectly telling if you have material desire within your heart, then Krishna will not be achieved for you. Only when you are pure, then you can have Krishna. It's not that I can keep my legs in two boats and I'll travel very smoothly. No. Anytime will fall down. So it's like, I want to have sense enjoyment, material enjoyment, sense gratification. I also want Krishna. Not possible. Krishna says very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam. One who is attached to enjoying his senses for his sake, for his personal sake, and very much attracted to the opulence of this world. For him, a determination to develop devotion in Krishna will not come. Which means, a simple example Prabhupada gives is with regard to a glass of water is there. If you want to replace it, rather you want to have milk also in that, no, it will become diluted. You throw the water, then you can pour the milk. So devotion to Krishna means there is no other desire other than serving Krishna. Not that I will do this also, as the Gopi is telling here, Rupa Goswami's way of presentation. If you are attached or you want to enjoy this material world with your family, children, society, everything, then don't go to see Krishna because Krishna will not be achievable for us. So right now, because our heart is filled with all these attachments, for my comfort, for my people comfort, it is what our mind and consciousness is filled now with. So as long as we have this consciousness, it's called bodily consciousness, with regard to you as a person wanting to enjoy this material world, and I have my family, and my family is mine, and I want to enjoy life like this. This is called Kama Sankalpa. False beliefs that this type of arrangement in this world is going to give me enjoyment. Faith. Your faith is now with regard to the elaborate arrangement in the material world with regard to your existence and other people's existence and interactions, and that is going to give me enjoyment. Prahlad Maharaj, it is called Maya Sukha. Actually, there is no enjoyment, but your feeling or your thinking, there is enjoyment in your mind. So if that is the type of consciousness you're having, then please don't go. Because having a temperament of material enjoyment will not qualify you to see Krishna. Prabhupada explains further. Krishna is called Tribhangi. Bhangitraya means Krishna always stands in the three curved way with his flute. That is Krishna's Tribhanga form, bending in three places. The Banke Bihari, Vrindavan. Banke means is bent in three places, curved in three places. Right? That's what Banke Bihari means. So, Krishna is standing in a bent form in three places. Three places it is curved. So the one gopi say to the another, if you think that you will enjoy your life more in this material world, then do not go to see Krishna. Do not go there. Which means, to go to Krishna means you should be completely purified. Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj used to say, you go to Vrindavan means don't purchase a return ticket. Because you go there means finish. You are attracted to Krishna so much, you don't want to come back. No, I'll just go there for a day and come back means, okay, you're still in the understanding that the world is more nice for me. That's why we're in the material world. So long our attachment to the material world is so strong, so intense, we'll continue to be here. So our desire to achieve Krishna should be so intense, but I don't want anything more. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, na kavitam, na jagadisha kamaye. I don't want any amount of wealth. I don't want any number of followers. I don't want any association with opposite sex. I don't want any glorification. I only want your service, Krishna. If this is the mood, then Krishna will be easily available. Otherwise, so many desires are there in your heart. You want to fulfill them. Krishna also is allowing. Yes, Krishna is not forcing anybody. On our own, voluntarily, Krishna wants us to take up devotion to Him. That is good for us. But we think something else is good for me. That is the problem. Right? So here, Prabhupada is explaining, unless we have this desire to enjoy this, our senses in the material world, then Krishna is not easily available. The idea is that if you once see Krishna, then you'll forget all this nonsensical materialistic enjoyment. That is seeing Krishna. We're trying to understand what does seeing Krishna mean. Seeing Krishna means over. Your material enjoyment is finished. You have understood what is actually the reality, right? That is what it is required, right? So when you see Krishna, once you see Krishna, you'll forget all this nonsense materialistic enjoyment. Why it is nonsense? Because it has no substance in it. It is illusory. You may hype it in your mind. Oh, it is very good. Everything is very nice. But actually it has no substance. All will crumble. It is called asat. Asat means it has no actually existence. It is like a bubble, Maya bubble, illusory bubble. All that family, society, community, all that particular arrangement you have made, once you leave this body, everything bursts. What happened? Nobody came to your help. That's what Bhagavatam says. They are all asat sainya, means they are all false soldiers. They say as though they are with you always. Forever I am with you. Forever what? Unless you leave this body, they are with you. After that, when you leave this body, also they are not with you, in one sense. They can't save you. That's why they are called asat sainya. All the family members, community, nobody can save us. Right? Only our devotion to Krishna can save us. That's the point. A very deep philosophical point Prabhupada is trying to drive home for us. Right? Once you see Krishna means you forget all this nonsensical, materialistic enjoyment. That is seeing Krishna. So second example. First example, we saw about the gopis. Now second example, when Dhruva Maharaj saw Krishna, he said, Swamin Krithartosmi Varam na yache. My dear Lord, I don't want anything else. Right? Dhruva Maharaj, the story is there in Bhagavata. He was very much eager to get a kingdom much better than his own father's. Why? Because he was insulted by his stepmother. So he went to the forest on advice of his mother to see Krishna in the forest. And Narada Muni met him and he gave him instructions to perform austerities. 6 months severe austerities he did. He was so eager because his intention was what? Wealth. I want bigger kingdom, power. We heard the story of thief. His intention was wealth again. I want wealth. But Krishna's association, he got purified. Gopis' intention was lust. But they also got purified by association with Krishna. So similarly, Dhruva Maharaj, even though his intention was to get a bigger kingdom, more power, but because he was following the instruction of a pure devotee, Narada Muni, and following the path of spiritual process so seriously to see Krishna, that process itself purified Dhruva. And when Krishna appeared personally, And Krishna asked him, what do you want? Dhruva says, I was looking for broken pieces of glass, but I have got a valuable jewel. So Swamin Kathartosmi Varam Nayacha. I don't want anything, Krishna, but your grace is more than enough for me. When Krishna is there, what else is required? That's the point. So like this, we see wonderful examples. Dhruva Maharaj, he said, I don't want anything, Krishna. I just want your grace, your mercy. Dhruva Maharaj went to see Krishna to get the kingdom of his father. And when he saw Krishna, Krishna offered, no, whatever benediction you want, you take. Right? Dhruva said, my dear Lord, I no longer have any desire. That is seeing Krishna. Right? Which means, Prabhupada is explaining what is seeing Krishna. Seeing Krishna means no other materialistic nonsense, Prabhupada, nonsense material enjoyment. Only want to have Krishna and nobody else. That is called seeing Krishna. So if you are eager to see Krishna, regardless of whatever motive you have, somehow or other, due to your eagerness, you will see Krishna. That is the only qualification. I want only Krishna, nothing else. Nothing else bothers me. Comforts of this body, whether I'm having proper sleep, hardly matters for me. I want to see Krishna. That eagerness is required. So Prabhupada says, we can purchase Krishna by your eagerness. Just see. Krishna is Ajita. Nobody can conquer him. Nobody can even go near him. But he becomes purchased by a devotee who has this eagerness quality. Rupa Goswami says in another place, Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita matihi kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate. I have translated the words Krishna consciousness from Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita. The Krishna consciousness word has come from this Rupa Goswami statement. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita. So Prabhupada is completely, referring Vedic scriptures, teachings from the previous acharyas, and whatever different rules, regulations he has given is completely backed by the authoritative scriptures. So here he is telling how this word Krishna consciousness, where does it come from? Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita, which means your bhavanas are so surcharged with Krishna bhakti that there is nothing else other than thoughts of Krishna. That is called Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita. So Rupa Goswami says, advises, if Krishna consciousness is available, please purchase it immediately. Don't delay. It is a very nice thing. Because we have been discussing now that what is the qualification to see God? All of us can see God. Qualification is Shraddha, faith. Faith means that seriousness, that eagerness, intensity of hankering to have association of Krishna. Right? And if this eagerness, the seriousness is available somewhere as a commodity, please purchase it. Because that is what is the purpose of life. So Rupa Goswami is telling, if Krishna consciousness is available, please purchase it immediately. Don't delay. It's a very nice thing. Yes, Krishna consciousness is available. You can purchase it from this Krishna consciousness movement. You see, Prabhupada has come to give this Krishna consciousness movement. You can purchase it. How do you purchase it? Now, what is the price? It's a nice thing, but you have to pay the price. And the price is Tatra Laulyam Api Mulyam Ekalam. Simply your eagerness. That is the price. Right? So the price is you have to be eager. You have to pay this price. Then Krishna, you will get Krishna immediately. Eagerness means, I have to study Bhagavad Gita. I have to understand Bhagavad Gita. I have to know Bhagavad Gita. I have to chant every day Krishna's names. I have to do my devotion to Krishna. This eagerness to do action, devotion to Krishna. And I want to see Krishna. I want to become a nice devotee of this eagerness. Seriousness with regard to moving forward in spiritual life. That is required. That is the price you have to pay. Because nothing comes without any cost here in the material world. Anywhere for that matter. Krishna is not poor, and Krishna seller, the Krishna devotee, he is also not poor. He can distribute Krishna free. And he's doing that. It's like Prabhupada. He went to the Western countries to just give Krishna only. Right? He's distributing freely. Just that we have to have that proper qualification to receive Krishna. And our qualification should be eagerness. You simply have to purchase him by our eagerness. That's all. Okay, now eagerness is the price we have to pay. We have understood it from different ways. That how to see Krishna, I should develop that eagerness, that seriousness, that faith. And how do you know eagerness? It's the question. Now, someone may say, oh, eagerness, I have eagerness. But our eagerness is all limited to what? Our sense gratification. Where I can enjoy my senses this way, that way. I can satisfy my mind, my emotional needs, my sensual needs, my intellectual needs. That's what our whole search is right now. That's why even in the any search engine, Google or whatever it is, first thing you see, open that Google website, you see Google search, because always we are searching for our sensual happiness, emotional happiness, intellectual happiness, what I'll get, how I'll get. People are running after everywhere. Because by nature, we are seekers of happiness. But real happiness, we don't know. We are settling down with something very cheap. It's like you are looking for, good food, but you are given some rotten food. Nothing is there. So you are looking for the rotten food. Then what happens? You have to settle down. You're so hungry that you will eat that only as though it is the proper food. The material happiness is like that rotten, decomposed happiness, which is actually very abominable. But we are taking that as real happiness. That is the irony. So we may say, I have eagerness, but it is not easy. Prabhupada says, Janma koti sukrutir na labhyate. This eagerness cannot be achieved even by executing pious activities for millions of births. So not easy to get this eagerness. In great devotees, I have to spend millions of lives to get this eagerness. But even if you go on performing pious activities, still this eagerness is not available. Janma koti sukritir. Millions of lives you go on performing good activities, pious activities, punya activities, even then, not easy to get. But it can be easily invoked or awakened. How? So this eagerness is so important that simply by devotee association, you can get this eagerness. Just see. Sadhu Sangha. When you have proper devotee association, eagerness can be awakened. Therefore, we are giving everyone a chance to invoke that eagerness. Then you will see God face to face. Very important. Right? So, Prabhupada is so nicely presenting the whole subject matter. The question was, how to see God, or can we see God? Yes, you can see, provided you have qualification. And what is the qualification? You should have faith. Faith means seriousness. Faith means eagerness, intense eagerness. And how can you develop this eagerness? This eagerness can be developed by association of devotees, sadhu sangha. That is what this whole verse is telling, the verse what we read in the beginning. When you are associating with devotees, because they have already that eagerness. So that eagerness will contaminate you. It's like, you are in a contaminated zone of some virus infection. You also get contaminated. Either Prabhupada says a good contamination of, associating with devotees, that they pass on that contamination of devotion to Krishna to you. So, Prabhupada says very nicely here that we are giving chance to everyone through this Krishna consciousness movement. And this Krishna consciousness movement is that organization which is selling the eagerness, selling that Krishna consciousness aspect to everybody. So just you have to take it. The price is your seriousness to take it. This life is meant for seeing Krishna. It's not meant for becoming dogs and hawks. Very strong statement Prabhupada is making. If you are not eager to see Krishna, not eager to achieve Krishna, then again you'll get one more body. What that body may be, it may be a dog's body or a pig's body. We are not demeaning any other species of life, but it is a species of life wherein you forget yourself. It's a degradation of your existence. Unfortunately, the whole modern civilization is training people to become dogs and hawks. You see, what is happening? People are spending their valuable time and energy in such things. It is this institution, this Krishna consciousness movement, that is teaching people how to see Krishna. It is so important. Just see the importance of Krishna conscious movement. Prabhupada is telling. So when you develop this eagerness, what happens? You develop knowledge and detachment also. Tat Shraddhadhana Munayo Gyan Vairagya Yuktya. See that verse what we began. The first thing is Shraddha. Then when you have that eagerness, what happens? You will be enriched automatically with knowledge and detachment. Your eagerness to know something, you will look for that particular thing. You will understand more about it. Knowledge will come. And automatically you will not be, attached to so many other things because your goal is very fixed. Right? You develop knowledge and detachment automatically, Prabhupada says. Knowledge does not mean now we have discovered the atomic bomb. That is not knowledge. What knowledge is that? People are already dying and you have discovered something that will accelerate death. No, that is not knowledge. But we are giving knowledge to stop death. That is Krishna consciousness. That is knowledge. Jnana Vairagya Yuktaya. And as soon as you get this knowledge, automatically you become detached from all this nonsensical material happiness. Right now, why we are so attached to sense gratification? Because we think that is more valuable, that is having more importance for us in our life. But when you get the proper understanding, no, this enjoyment is useless, it is of no worth for me, automatically you become detached from it. Vairagya comes. With jnana, vairagya comes. And how this jnana will come? When you're eager to know about your spiritual existence, know your relation with Krishna, all this is possible. So, Shraddha, that is the eagerness, and with that comes jnana, knowledge, and with that comes vairagya, detachment. So, like this, Prabhupada concludes the lecture by telling how by having these qualifications, three important qualifications. Shraddha, first thing is, beginning is Shraddha. Shraddha means seriousness, eagerness to know God. Knowing God means knowing about your spiritual identity. I am connected to God. When you're looking for this eagerness means you do everything how to get God. What is that I'm supposed to be doing? Then in the path of looking for God, searching for God, eagerness to see God, then you develop proper knowledge, proper understanding of, yes, I have to be purified like this, I have to do this, I have to do that. Automatically you develop detachment. Detachment means I don't want to do other things which is going to stop my progress in the path of seeing Krishna. Then pashyanti atmani chatmanam. Then you can able to see Krishna face to face. Otherwise, it is not possible. Very wonderful lecture. So I will conclude here. If anybody has anything to ask, discuss, or comment. Hare Krishna. Gupta ji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
I've been contemplating on 9.4, fourth sloka of ninth chapter.
Okay. Maya tatamidam sarvam.
So it's really very, very difficult.
Uh-huh.
And if though I understand the meaning, but absorbing it.
Okay. Good. Okay. You have to contemplate and fully absorb ourselves.
Yeah.
But Krishna wants us to, absorb every instruction of his should become. It's called Krishna consciousness.
Yes. And it's really very, very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So Phil will conclude here. We'll continue with our discussions, the new topic, next session. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.